Warning, shots will be fired during this presentation.
It's a great return, but I say stack. We going live and tuned up to the max. Real and King still spitting the facts. Fapping it up, a cool yard in the chat. Baltimore Dallas, we still on the map. The others look green, we don't know about that. We wrote the blueprint, don't know about that. And nigga, we trust, yeah, we know about that. NFL, back new roster. Cooking up a curve, we steak in the lobster. Hope your appetite for winning is hearty. Grab yourself a seat to the after game party. We never die, we live long and prosper. You didn't imagine that we home like fossils. Lightning in the sky like Dr. Frankenstein into a Kyrie that created a monster. The rules of the game are the same. On every platform, same name. At WT, you have your question on the screen. Keep it courteous and keep it clean. And remember to share and like. Welcome Real and King to the mic. Wherever, whenever you hear this pod, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Glow Yard.
YouTube, Glow Yard Gang, MFFLs, and podcast listeners all across the globe. This is one half of the dynamic duo, your boy King. I am joined today not by Rel, but by a special guest. He's always special, and that's T.G.K. from T.G.K TV. I know T.G.K. Let me finish the intro, man. Let me finish the intro, and you can get to all of that. It's okay. But first and foremost, please, guys, if you're new to the channel, do us a favor and hit the subscribe button. It's somewhere towards TGK's left. You guys is right. And also, as well, if you could, hit that like button for us. It does not take much at all, maybe 1 second of your time, if that. And hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to do things a little differently today. It's not much to talk about with this game. I don't feel like giving out game balls, really going through a game recap. So we're just going to really have it as a question and comment show for you guys. So get in those questions and comments at WTM. But first and foremost, TGK, what's up, man? And the floor is yours.
Man, the day in DFW started out a little rough. There was a lot of overreactions. You know, it was a must win, and we didn't get the must win. But you know, if I were to trade a preseason loss for a Rangers, ALCS berth, by all means, the Mavericks could lose every single preseason game. I'm fine, as long as the Rangers advance, and they did that today. So hopefully, for DFW's sake, right, the Rangers winning kind of calms down the fan base for their lackluster showing in that fourth quarter today. But everything's cool, man. I'm happy. I'm all right. I'm a little concerned with the injury bug with our 2-1s. That's the issue I have right now, but it's like I have secondhand embarrassment with the Mavericks, but also I'm so proud of the Rangers that it's just like it's okay. Everything's all right now, you know.
I know the feeling. It felt like that for me with the Orioles for a second with the Mavs, but the Orioles are gone now, so the realization of the Mavs, comes to light, and you get to enjoy the Rangers. So enjoy the Rangers, my friend. Salute to the Rangers. You guys won. All respect. I hope you guys can beat Houston if you guys do end up seeing them again. But you guys remember, you guys chanted overrated. I want you guys to remember that. It wasn't
Ranger fans, for those who chanted that, why would we do that? I thought we was like, humble. The Cowboys just lost 42-10. The Mavericks lost to a Euro team. Like, you would think we would recognize the situation and be like, hey, well, we're just thankful we're here again. And here we go calling a team overrated. Like, that's wild. Like, oh God, here we go.
Hey,
but it's just with
Texas,
Texas.
You guys have won, so that won't even matter until next year. Salute to you guys in the ALCS, and I hope you guys win it all, man. Like, I hope it's you guys versus hopefully the Braves, or maybe the Dodgers, because we got a Dodgers fan, Ribs, and a Braves fan with Coy MVP.
Oh, yeah,
so
Coy.
One of you guys, hopefully you see one of them, but that'll be awesome. But salute to y'all. Good season for the O's. I'm still proud of them. Still rocking over there. We'll be back next year. But yeah, let's get to the show, man. You talked about some of the injury bugs with the Mavericks. So are you concerned about that? You think that's a real thing, or do you think that's just not letting them play in the preseason?
All right, so whenever players are like for Luka, for instance, he stated that his injury isn't serious. Whenever that's your first response to it, and I know Luka's probably just gonna give you a quick answer, get you out of his face or whatever. And Kyrie, there's no news on his issue. I am a little concerned. I didn't think that with this whole preseason. I thought this preseason was just gonna be smooth. Like, we're going to Abu Dhabi. The games aren't gonna like really impact us negatively. We're gonna go to Real Madrid, have a little Luka homecoming, and the whole goal was to leave with health, right? And I guess we left with somewhat health, because if your 2-1s are somewhat injured, did you leave with health? That's the only concern to me, honestly. Like, yeah, in the moment, this loss to Real Madrid is pretty embarrassing, but they are the best team that you would consider outside of the NBA. So we gotta give Real Madrid credit for that. We gotta give Real Madrid credit for stepping up in that moment and coming back in the fourth quarter against our third stringers, fourth stringers, two-way players, right? But at the end of the day, for Luka to be injured, dealing with a calf strain, and Kyrie with a groin issue, we're what 15 days away from opening night. Like, it's right around the corner, and these kind of injuries, yeah, I think 15 days they'll be good to go, but it's tough, man. It's tough. Like, you've hooped. I'm pretty sure a lot of us hooped. Whenever you deal with these kind of muscle strain injuries, they might feel good in 15 days, but they might not be ready as well. So it's a tough thing to deal with and balance at the same time. So that is my overreaction concern. Overall, I'm really not worried about the preseason. It is what it is. We go 0-4 in the preseason and then play pretty damn good in the season. But just the injuries, that is what I can say without a doubt that I am concerned about.
I don't know, man. I'm indifferent, I guess, again. I don't know what's real and what's not real. The Mavs, the injuries, half of me is saying, it's not that serious. It's just a way for them to not play like Kyrie any minutes. They want him to be as healthy as possible and not possibly get injured.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Luka. Like, they're not trying to get him to just set a little calf thing so that they could play him a couple minutes, kind of like the Slovenian night in Dallas last year. Just a way to get him out of there again, playing that same role. Then another side of me is saying, why am I giving Jason Kidd the benefit of the doubt again? Because it's Jason Kidd. I think that's at the end of the day, that's what scares me the most. I don't know what's being played, what mind games being played, what scenarios are being played out, because it's Jason Kidd. So I don't know, man. I'm hoping everything's okay. It's just fake. Luka said it wasn't that serious, but again, like you said, he'd say that either way. I don't know, man. Like, Jason Kidd said a couple of days ago when he asked him about how the trip was, he said it was good because we had health, and that's even with Kyrie not playing. So I thought it was just like a bluff or something else, just to say, just to not have him play. But who knows, man? But this was embarrassing. I know you gave Real Madrid credit, and shout out to Real Madrid. But are they considered a better team than the G League, a G League team?
I mean, when you look at Tavares, he looked kind of legit as a center, man. I mean, obviously against our bench and third stringers, would Real Madrid be better than a G League team? I think they would be, solely because they have more continuity from a team aspect. Like, they play more team oriented ball. So I think just because they're more familiar with each other, they would be pretty good in the G League. They'd probably be the best team in the G League, to be honest. That's my take on that.
I only asked that question just to see, is it more embarrassing than losing to the 36ers? Because I know Trey in here laughing at us, and he gets the right to laugh today. But is the 36ers, would that be considered the worst team?
Oh yeah, no, by a landslide. I mean, I really didn't see an overreaction to the loss to Real Madrid, because they do have prestige to their team. They do have Sergio Yul. He's a legend over there.
Rudy Fernandez.
Like, they have former and current and potentially current players that could play in the NBA. So they're not scrubs. The 36ers, on the other hand, that's like me on the team, bro. So it's like that's 9-day difference.
Man, I don't know. I would think maybe these guys would be playing in the G League. Maybe a couple guys on the Real Madrid would be playing in the G League.
I ain't gonna lie, Tavares.
I mean, the way he looked against us, but I mean, Cody Zeller.
He could be our second best center, or even
Cody
our
Zeller.
best center.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, it's not difficult to score. I was told when certain players play against overseas competition, they show the best and the best ability ever and be able to defend and do all that kind of stuff, but it didn't look that way to me. But I mean, I don't even want to talk about it anymore, man.
They also played the Mavericks without Kyrie and Luka, and then they also had the whole fourth quarter against our two ways and four stringers. It's not an excuse, but they beat us, and we got embarrassed by a player that couldn't even make our team in Facu Campazzo. So that was pretty embarrassing right there.
They scored 65 on all of our defenders in the first half. And like the Mavs went on a little run to get it up by like 12 or 13 or 11 or something like that in the third quarter. And then Real Madrid went on their run and fourth quarter and just did it again. So I didn't see anything, exceptional. I know I wanted to get past this game and not really give it a recap, but I didn't see anything really positive at all in this game, really. I know Tim Hardaway Jr. got his 20 points, but that's really a bad thing. We talked about that multiple times because if he gets showcased and he's doing good, then you got so many guards. What's going to happen? But I thought it was embarrassing. I thought for Real Madrid to stay around with these guys on the team, with the Tim Hardaway Jr., with Seth Curry still. We still had those guys on the team. We had our center and Lively. We had Jaden Hardy out there who was supposed to be running for Sixth Man of the Year this year, and they lost. Jelly Walker got he got exposed by Facu Campazzo out there. It was
Facu, bro.
Oh man, Facu took it personal. It was like, you got this guy, Jelly Walker. Like it was the same move over and over again.
He was walking him down, bro, and there was no paint protection for Jelly. It was 5:28 to go. We had an 11-point lead, and then they go on to score 26 from there.
Yep.
112-101, right? With 5:29 to go, and they go on a 26 to 11 run. 26 to 11 run to end the game, to win the game. That was crazy. Embarrassing.
People have been, I've seen bashing Rashawn Holmes, saying that certain people are better than him. Rashawn Holmes doesn't get any opportunity to play with the starters. He's always going in the game with the third string, the two-way guys, and all that type of stuff. So, I mean, that's you can't. It's not even playing field.
Holmes did look rough at the end, though.
He did. He looked rough, but I mean, you throw him out there with those guys. You feel me? Like anybody, which one of our centers wouldn't look rough in that situation?
True.
You feel me?
It's just you're right, because we had no other offensive options. So when he got the rock, I mean, I'm pretty sure he felt the pressure on himself to go get a bucket, and he couldn't get one. I mean, he took like a little hook shot, and he took a layup, missed that. And then he did his push shot, missed that. Damn, my memory's good. But he just had like consecutive shot attempts and missed them all. And I was just like, you gotta stop the bleeding at some point. And the only time we stopped the bleeding is whenever Jelly hit that meaningless 3 at the end. And I was like, all right, well, there goes that, man.
That's what it was over. So, I mean, I thought it was just embarrassing. I thought it was embarrassing in general. I thought you had to have that game. I thought Jason Kidd had to show something this game, just a little something. So now we're still up in there about what's going on this season, how the season's going to play out. This did not make me even more excited for the season. I should say this made me less excited. I should say this.
It did kind of taper excitement and hype for sure.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't worrying about what's going to happen. I'm like, I don't know what the Mavs are going to be. I was really worried about baseball at that time. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get the Mavs as far away from my brain as I can right now.
Because then now we have to wait 10 days until they take on the Detroit Pistons. And if you're a betting man, are you willing to put money that Luka and Kyrie are going to play that game?
No, but I'm going to ask you another question. If you're a betting man, are you willing to bet that the Mavericks are going to win?
They got to get one for the home crowd, right? They got to get I mean, I'm not too concerned with the last preseason game being a win or a loss.
Pistons, I know you aren't. I know.
Huh?
I said I know you aren't. You just it's just preseason. I know it's just preseason, but
it's just preseason.
They gotta show something, right?
10 games into the season, are we going to look back like, man, you know that Real Madrid game? I doubt it, you know?
I don't know, man. I want to think that way, TGK. I'm hoping.
It was a must win. It wasn't for a preseason game. It was a must win, but it was not anywhere near bigger than a regular season game.
Can we win a game without Luka and Kyrie?
No. If we're being honest, no, at all. I don't see it.
I'm worried about the season. If you're saying you're worried about the injuries, then I'm worried about the season.
And it's all right. So let's put it like this: unless Jaden Hardy really shows that he is that third option, and that he is better than Grant Williams, my feelings about this team is a little bit different. And it's because I don't know who our third option is, because I don't know who. I don't know who's going to be the most reliable guy. I don't know who's going to be the guy to go get his own bucket. Who's reliable to get their offense rolling without the necessary assistance from Kyrie and Luka. That is what I want to find out, because I don't know who that is. And if it's going to be Tim Hardaway Jr. be our third guy, then we are in trouble. I definitely agree with that.
Games like this didn't make you excited for Hardy, did it? Being that third option?
Nah. I mean, he wasn't even the first person off the bench. They gave all that activity to Hardaway.
They did, but then Hardy got some last action towards the end.
Yeah, and he couldn't finish the deal because he was in there with about 3 minutes to go. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, aren't you that?
Why weren't they running the offense through him? Why didn't he?
Hey, you gotta ask your coach, your favorite coach. That's why I'm worried.
Well, you know, just like Richard Case and many others said, like, is Jason Kidd gonna be out there to coach, or is he gonna be out there to just watch? And it showed that he was just out there to just watch, because I didn't see any game plan adjustments. I just saw him stick to a game plan, and his game plan was we're going to run these guys, and by the fourth quarter, we're going to run all our four stringers and let everybody else get it. So instead of leaving players that would have helped us win, he put in the players that would have aided us in a loss, and that is what happened.
What scares me with that, TGK, is that Jason Kidd lost a lot of games for us last year. There were a lot of games he could have won. I felt like there weren't any games he won. How about I say that? There were no games Jason Kidd really won for us last year, I don't think.
Right.
Especially off top. And we didn't make the playoffs. If Jason Kidd's let me get a question about this, man.
I mean, it's the tough part, because you're like, here's the issue. You want to hold on to this quote unquote optimism we have right now going into the season, because you're going to start the season 0-0. You have the same record with everybody, so why be negative about it, right? But when it's unfortunate, but whenever you add the injury bug to Kyrie and Luka, and then you add the pessimism / jadedness from Jason Kidd of last year, and then now we're kind of noticing that we don't have a third option, you're starting to feel it, and it's not good, you know. If we're being honest, it's not good, and we're not ones to sugarcoat anything. We're not ones to, you know, toot the horns of the Mavs organization, but they're gonna have to shut us up, honestly, when it comes to the season. Jason Kidd is gonna have to show a new wrinkle. He's gonna have to show that there is offense on this team that they are hiding. I hope that they're hiding it, and it's sad that we have to say that, but I hope they're hiding whatever they're hiding, and they display it come October 25th against San Antonio.
I don't know. Victor looked good, man. Victor looked good. Wembanyama, he looked real good. So
yeah, Victor was cooking Chet, man.
And I think Chet's going to be real good. So what you think Victor going to do against Dwight?
Dwight ain't starting, bro. It's about to be a lively lockdown night. He about to lock down Victor, man. All right. Let me stop.
You truly believe that? I'm saying, you truly believe that? Now, I'm not saying that Lively going to have his moments.
Right.
But you truly believe Lively's going to lock him down?
No. Anyone that thinks they can lock down a 7'6" freak show like that, come on now. I mean, Lively, he's 7 foot, so Wemby got 6 inches on him. Pause. But it's gonna be interesting to see. I'll be hyped. I wanted to go to the game, but I mean, here's what's gonna happen though. They're gonna put Wemby on an island with a ISO on with Luka or Kyrie, and you know, whether he touches the court a couple of times, I don't know, but Is he gonna be able to keep up on defense out there on the perimeter? Maybe, because he does have, man. He a freak, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even trying to like throw some shade at him. Someone
What
with his length guarding him, guarding at the perimeter, he could always catch up to the defender, get into the basket, or defend a three. Yeah, that's kind of tough, man. That's kind of tough.
let me ask you, would you do this? Would you put Luke on him until he can prove he can shoot?
I mean, to start the game, yeah. I mean, you always gotta dare someone to make shots, but I see him as a person that can make shots.
Like,
You
as
could probably
far
get around Luca too.
as far as bodying up, though, I think Luke will have a good chance on him to try to keep him out the post.
Right. Yeah, that's
So
an advantage on Luca right there for sure.
yeah, and I think Luke is a smart enough defender where he can if he puts the ball out in front of him, I think Luke can take it. But I don't know. I think that might be a good matchup to have. I'd rather see Luca playing him than Dwight. I'm not going to Dwight.
Dwight ain't gonna play, man. He's not gonna play. He's gonna get. I already put the call in to Jason Kidd, and I said, "Hey, man, Derek Lively's your starter, day one, and
Who's playing
whenever
backup?
we get a who is playing backup?
You already know. I had more I wanted to say about the organization, and all. I really was going to go dive in the deep end on this. It's like, but I'm trying not to, man. I'm still trying to remember it's preseason.
It's preseason, bro.
Something about it is usually I don't worry about preseason games, man. Like, usually I don't worry. I'm like, preseason, it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Why is it different this year? Why does it feel different? Like,
it feels like it's still Jason Kidd. Like, it doesn't feel like he's changed.
right.
So, and I'm like, I'm looking for something new, some new wrinkle, and it's like I feel like it's still Jason Kidd of last year. And if that happens, we're not going to be successful, no matter what.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this trip was a detriment to installing a new offense, as opposed to the camaraderie side of it. Because I think they had a good trip from a camaraderie aspect, but I think the whole adding a new wrinkle, you know, you add in the Tim Hardaway issues where he don't even know what his role is. You add in the fact that Luka came in already hobbled, obviously, and brand new rookie center that does have potential, but again, he is a rookie center. He's gonna struggle. I do feel, part of me does feel like I am pressing this whole, it's just preseason. It's just preseason. Like, I just want to shove it under the rug. Like, don't buy too much into it, but it is just preseason, man. And I need, I'm giving Jason Kidd 10 games. He got 10 games. But honestly, if I see it in game one and I see some straight, you know, egregious decisions, I'm not even going to wait 10 games. Game one, you mess up and you cost us a dub against San Antonio, I'm on you. Like, it's going to be night for Jason Kidd on my end. So he has little rope left. Little rope. Pause. But he ain't got much rope.
I feel like the Mavs overrate camaraderie. And with them doing it, they build too much of a buddy culture. Where, and I'm not saying that camaraderie isn't important. Like, chemistry obviously is important, but having guys with high IQs and like championship level players, guys can come into a role like it's an NBA playbook. You feel me? Like, you're supposed to know how to make a cut, how to get to you know how to do things. You feel me? So when you get players, like, I know Denver had camaraderie and all that, but they grabbed some championship level pieces, you know, like a KCP, a Bruce Brown. Like, you got guys that were those other guys that could do things. The Mavericks are doing too much buddy for me. I feel like they aren't going. There's just so many good players you could have possibly gotten that you lost and all that because you went for buddy, and that just hurts my feelings. There's so many contracts, man. Like, when you break down certain contracts, you're like, you could have had $30 million just sit right now between guys.
I'll push back a little bit, solely for the fact that you got like 10 brand new players. So to acclimate, say, a Derek Lively, Omax,
those rookies, TGK,
Exum, Grant Williams. Kyrie's still new to the organization, and you know, him and Kyrie and Luka really haven't had much of that bonding necessarily. So I think it was definitely needed. However, this is a long trip. They're about to spend one more day in Madrid and then have a 14, 19-hour flight back home. They're probably sick of each other right now. So when they get back, they'll have 3 days off. They'll probably be away from each other. And then everything will be all right. But I definitely do think it was a positive for all the new faces that you had in this organization for sure.
Two things can be right at the same time. I agree with you that it's a positive for doing the trip. I just think at the same time they overvalue camaraderie. We got Spencer Dinwiddie at the middle of the year. Spencer Dinwiddie was a huge piece.
True.
You feel me? Like stuff it doesn't, and we lost KP at that same time. You got to get better players to play roles. Like the rookies. I understand Omax and Derek Lively. They haven't played here before, but you really want to get guys that just feel holes already as far as on your team. Like when you get role players are supposed to be able to plug in. You feel me? Like they don't take longer to get chemistry. And last year, I didn't feel like more of the Luke and Kyrie chemistry was bad. I feel like even not even playing off of each other, they still had an amazing offense. I felt like they could have did more with Jason Kidd. And at the end of the games, it sucked. But that was more, again, because of the defense. If we had a better defense, still playing the way we played last year, we would have been perfectly fine and would have been a contender in the West. But because of Jason Kidd and the way he didn't play in the defense and all of that, like, I don't know. I just feel like I said, this team is weirdly constructed. Now that I think about it, it's heavy shooter at guards with no defense, and then heavy, I guess, defensive guys that aren't really guys that can do anything at the taller positions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so difficult to mix and match because you don't have the guys. I think I talked in the Discord group today. The way they should have built the team is that when they had a bunch of offensive guys starting at guards, they should have went and got defensive guys at guards to fill those positions behind them. If they had Luka, Hardy, and Kyrie, they shouldn't have Tim Hardaway Jr. They didn't have to get Seth. They could have just got defensive guys to help them out at the point guard position. That way you can interchange them as far as when one guy is gone, you can bring another guy in and so on at that position. And then the same thing with the bigger guys. If we had all these guys that were just defensive or whatever like that, maybe we should have got some offensive mind. That's why we say Christian Wood would fit well on this team right now and all. That's what we probably should have got on the bench to fill with those. But right now we have the same guys. And it's like I said the last episode, it's not even guys that are really 3 and D. They're hopefully 3 and D. Like maybe your 3 will work. And let's see if you can do D right now. You're known for doing defense pause, but let's see. Like, and then on at the guard position, we have basically nobody other than Exum that can play defense. So it's like Exum has to have a role, even though like you would love to put Jaden Hardy as that third guard. Exum has to have a role because if ever some guard is going off, you got to throw Exum out there. So I don't know, man.
Here's the caveat I got for you. I think what's gonna end up happening because you have so many players that are similar, you're gonna have to deal one of the young guys. And I think it's gonna be Josh Green. Here's why. Josh Green, not for some reason, I think it's his height that is the sole issue as to why there's some apprehension as to why he's not our bona fide starting 3. And in a perfect world, he would be your starting 3 or your starting 2, right? But on this team, because you have a Kyrie at the quote-unquote 2 position, Green is kind of like in this no man's land.
Yep.
Then you have Tim Hardaway Jr., who is just a shooter. And then you got Kleba, who is really got nothing anymore. So these 3 players, if you're able to pair them up with 2 seconds and 1 first, what can you get? What can you get with that? Because I think if you're able to get a bona fide 3, right? That could
you can get Jeremy for that, right? That's Grant, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you get Jeremy and possibly Robert Williams if you add that first.
Because Grant is what? Grant is, how much did they just give Jeremy Grant? What was it, 30 something?
Yeah.
And Kleba and THJ already are about 30 almost.
They're about 27.
Yeah, they'll be close enough for Jeremy Grant.
You give Green an extension to meet Robert Williams' pay or whatever, and you could do it that way. So, but here, this is just hypothetical. I already know people probably in chat gonna be like, "Yo, you can't afford it." I want Jeremy Grant. That's just my agenda here. But I'm saying, I think if you had a Jeremy Grant, it solves one major issue, and if you have Robert Williams, it solves another major issue for the Mavericks. And then you're looking at the team a little bit better because they're better constructed because you have one player in Jeremy Grant that does the job of a Tim Hardaway and a Kleba together. And then you have Robert Williams that does the job of a Rashawn Holmes and even a Dwight Powell together. So you kind of you know, we don't want one dimensional or one dynamic type of players, one dimensional players. You want multi-dimensional players, and Robert Williams isn't that, but Jeremy Grant is, and I think Jeremy Grant definitely fixes your team in a way. But it could be any small forward, a Tobias Harris, another small forward that's like teeter tottering on being like a bona fide all star, but like right below it, but can definitely fit in this Mavs team, and that's what we need to find.
I talked about this. It's great that you talked about that because I talked about this a little bit in the Discord group again, the same subject you just made. And I'm not worried about money anymore, TGK. Like I'm done trying to say it's about the money and all that. Screw the money, man. Money is money. You go get players. I don't care what they make.
Right.
Because as I just said to you, if I was to take, Powell's contract, Kleber's contract, Tim Hardaway Jr.'s contract and combine them together, that's what Jalen Brunson. Remember we lost him when we were crying about money. I'm sorry, I keep using that name. That's what you said, Jeremy Grant or whatever. Like the reason that we're crying about money is because we have so many guys on this team that shouldn't have the money they're getting. Mm-hmm. So once we see that happening and it's burning, it's like a hole in your pocket. It's burning. So we keep. It's even the reason why we push these rookies to be so good so fast. Like we're not trying to work with and develop them because we're trying to figure out if we need to trade them or move them along. Like they're rookies. They're guys on their first contracts. Usually you let guys ride this out and see if they could be somebody by their second contract and all. We're pushing guys by their second, third year saying, you better be this. You better be this here. We need to get rid of you. It's because we've given so many guys that don't deserve contracts certain amounts of a contract. So now it hurts us and we're just doing so much. I made the suggestion, or we talked about, shout out to Div, and Hold My Latte as well in the Discord conversation. But I was talking about you got to somehow find a way to rebuild and contend at the same time. Like you gotta get rid of some of these dudes, man. Like, and if this isn't going to work again this time, like I'm not even saying it's not. I'm just saying at the point, if it doesn't work this time, you have to find a way to rebuild and contend at the same time, and you got to blow these guys up. Find a way to get rid of all of these contracts. No more this buddy stuff. Get guys just strictly here to win. Like it's too much dead money sitting around. We got JaVale McGee still sitting. We missed out on a center that everybody doesn't want me to talk about anymore. But it could have cost us just two guys that we really may not be using this year. Like it's just too many bad decisions I feel like the Mavs are making right now. And I don't know, man. Like it just doesn't add up. So I'm not excited about the year right now. I'm just indifferent. Like it is what it is. I need to see something. It's like show me the money, Jerry Maguire. Shout out to Tom Cruise.
No, I agree, man. It's we're fans at the end of the day, so we're trying to hold on to hope. You want to see the product do well. You want to see Luka be you remember, as I always say, Luka's like the greatest equalizer. Well, you got to have a team around him for me to feel that way. And right now, I can't say Luka's the greatest equalizer because you're not leveling out on any other aspect of it because everyone else is not on the same page. All right, not on the same page, but on the same level. You do got Kyrie that helps, and that's one aspect that maybe sometimes we sleep on. But again, it's more of the offense perspective. We're not talking about rebounds that matter. We're not talking about a defensive stalwart that matters. So if you're able to flip a Tim Hardaway Jr. for a Capella, and then you're able to flip a Green for a Young or better small forward. So you have to do something. Right now might not be the best time. I definitely want to see what this team does in 10 games, but I don't want to overreact, and I think we shouldn't overreact for sure. But it's just you kind of see the writing on the wall, and you don't want to go into that wall yet, man. We trying to hang on to something.
I swear I'm getting these questions and comments, but I'm gonna ask you. I got a question. It's the same question, but it's for multiple teams. If you take Luka and you put him on OKC, are you expecting a ring?
A ring?
Are they competing for a ring? How about I ask you that?
Damn. I think they might, dude.
I think they are. So my point is, I'm gonna go through team. If you take Luka and you put him on the Orlando Magic, do you think they're contending for a ring?
Probably next year.
They're close to it. They're going to like knock on the door. They're going okay.
They got a nice little core.
Miami Heat?
They're slept on.
Miami
yeah,
Heat?
of course. Come on.
Okay, come on, man. I mean, What
Jimmy?
What team right now do you think if he goes to wouldn't be knocking on the door?
Wouldn't be. We're probably looking at.
Because if he goes to Toronto, they win, right?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't think they win in Toronto?
They'll compete, but I don't know if they win. Because
yes, that's what I'm saying. They will go again, compete. They're going to be one of the contenders for the championship.
They'll compete, but I wouldn't be like, oh, they're gonna win for sure. Because OKC, you can say that for sure. Damn, that's tough. Indiana, he helps Indiana, but perfect situation there almost with Indiana.
Bro, they're still competing. I think even if you traded Luka for Shea, they're still competing. If people want to go and say, well, they have a superstar already, bro, like teams are just set up in a different way. Charlotte's
one team he cannot take to anywhere.
I don't know, bro. Luka with Miles Bridges and PJ Washington and LaMelo Ball and all. I think Charlotte would make noise.
Their coach is worse than Jason Kidd. If you
it is, but their talent is better than the Mavericks.
Do we have the worst team, bro? Are you telling me that? That's what you're telling me?
I asked you if we didn't have Luka and Kyrie, would we win a game this year? And you took a second and you thought about it and you said, no, I don't think we win a game.
But then again, I'm not giving Josh Green and Jaden Hardy enough credit for the win they got last year with Theo Pinson. So maybe they do, but not many. They won't get many without him.
Charlotte was beating us without LaMelo.
Charlotte was beating us with Kai and Luka. So
that's what I'm saying. Without LaMelo.
Damn, what team is worse without? That's crazy.
That's the point I got to. Yeah, that's the point. Our team, we have Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, and we're sitting here with a team. We're like, they can't do anything without Luka and Kyrie.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be like, oh,
Boston. I think Boston can win a couple games without Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. You feel me? Like I think they can compete and will win a couple games. I don't see the Mavericks winning any. Like they may sneak and get one, like you said, that whole Jaden Hardy thing. That was on a train, and we didn't expect it. It's great that it happened, but it's not like they didn't go 0-7 before that.
Man, that's crazy. Because Houston, they got good players.
You can put them on Houston, absolutely.
New Orleans got good players.
You put Luke on San Antonio right now, he'll be competing probably with him. And if you tell me Victor would have Luka beside him, both of them, as far as the attention they couldn't receive, oh, absolutely, that team would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, but also, if we're being fair, that's how great Luka is. You can put him anywhere, and he elevates them by this much. So
you put him on the Mavericks, they didn't make the playoffs.
Well, it's because he was hurt, man, and we didn't protect him.
Hey, man, that's what I'm saying. We can't protect him. I'm just throwing out what just happened. I agree with you, TGK. I'm not trying to be the devil's. I'm just being devil's advocate. I am being devil's advocate. But
you know what I'm finna do? I'm finna sweep this preseason under the rug, man. That's what I'm finna do.
Let's get to these questions and comments, guys. Favorite part of the show, y'all know that. Definitely keep it courteous and clean, y'all. Like the song says at WTM. If you want us to read them, we definitely take the super chats first. So if you hit us with a super chat, we'll take care of those. But look like we have none today. May get some in the future. But we thank you either way. But I'll start off. What up, Richard? He's a Glow Yard gang member. He says, so the powwow's out. Always, Richard.
Yeah, they're always in the back pocket, man. Just waiting, lurking.
Div said this organization needs to realize we are not close to winning a chip. Use this year to clear the roster of vet players and bad players and just use young guys throughout the season. I feel you, Div. He says, how do we lose to a Euro team? And let's be honest, did you all notice a difference from that team to ours? Even number 17 center on that team looked better. Everybody has a career year, as Ro would say, a career game, but I'm not gonna
on the pregame show, we learned that Traveris was legit. Even when I saw his photo, I was like, oh no, that dude looks scary. He stood out like a sore thumb out there. He was the biggest dude on the court, man. He was impacting everything. He had 6 blocks. 6 blocks.
TGK, we have NBA centers. NBA centers. That's what I feel like. He gave out NBA centers 6 blocks.
6 blocks.
And D Live is okay. I got you. I got you, D Live. It's okay.
Dwight Powell probably had 6 blocks all last year.
I thought he was supposed to go off. He was playing against, European competition.
I'll trade Dwight for Traveris. Give me Traveris on this.
I can't say that on the show. I'm just saying, but I may agree with you.
Right, gotcha.
Div also says, I'm tired of saying the same ish over and over, but why is Powell even playing in the preseason? Like, as if he needs to play, we need Holmes to play and figure things out, not Powell.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
it's gonna be a battle of who the backup is, because I think Lively solidified that he's a starter.
Oh, he is the starter, but I just don't think Rashawn Holmes is going to get backup minutes because Rashawn Holmes doesn't get a chance. So if Rashawn Holmes is going to be the backup, you have to keep going back and forth. Like, hopefully then the next game against Detroit, but then he may just sit Dwight to sit Dwight. So you got to give him time with the different units. You feel me? Like, you can't always throw Rashawn in with the third unit and say, well, you can't be a better backup center. Well, throw Dwight in with the third unit and let's see how he plays. You feel me?
Rashawn looked real Willie Cauley-Stein today, to be honest with you.
He did, but he was doing too much.
Yeah. He was pressing.
Yeah. He shouldn't be doing that. What do you think Dwight would have done in that situation?
Definitely not attempting 4 shots like he did, for sure. He's
Gotcha. I mean, you're saying it, TGK. I didn't remember that, guys.
Oh.
Div says, if this team doesn't get Luka, Kai to both play minimum 70 games, it will end up 4th worst in the conference.
Ooh. Is Tim Bontemps going to be right again, ladies and gentlemen? Do we want that?
I'm not going against Tim Bontemps anymore, man.
I really want to call him Bum Temps, but
my man got a fro. He got a baby fro. So I said I'm no longer going against him. Div says, let's be real, when you have a GM and a coach, say we will try the rookies we just drafted as starters, that should say a lot to the talent we have on this roster. That is said. Things could change. We're gonna be 0-0 in a couple days, y'all.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna start. We're gonna have a fresh start.
Richard also says, good thing we have draft picks this year. This year's draft should be good. Oops, no, we don't. Unless we're a bad team. Unless Div's prediction is right.
Yeah, because Almighty wants a number 11 pick, not a.
Yeah, and then we'll give away that second round, I think, if we don't make it this year.
Yeah.
Div says, I'm the biggest Luka fan, but darn it, Luka laughing when Capazzo hit the 3 dag on us didn't sit well with me and made me feel like Luka and Kai about to dish Dallas in 2 years. I don't got nothing to say about that because that's going to make people not like me. So I don't want to overreact on that one, but
yeah, that's a bit of overreaction, man. He's happy to be in Real Madrid. This is just an exhibition. Let's not overreact, guys. Let's not overreact.
I got you. I'm not overreacting. I'm with you, TGK. Richard.
The Mavericks taking him to Real Madrid should mean something, right?
It does, but winning the game should too. Richard says, can we trade out centers for theirs? Hopefully, Richard. That would be love if we could.
Give me Traveris, man. He was nice.
Shoot, I wanted what's his name? I can't. Mike Toby. They told me I was crazy. Big Fat said, remember I said Lively will be a starter from day one and will average 7, 7, and 2 only per season, but looking more and more likely. Yeah, I agree with you, Big Fat.
Yeah, Big Fat.
Especially playing a bunch of minutes with Luka and Kyrie. When that happens, they'll be fine. Ultra says Texas Rangers.
Yes, sir.
Pull out your broom, TGK.
Yes, sir.
I did it.
Yes, sir. Where the broom at, man?
Just remember, y'all said overrated, Ultra. That's all I'm saying to you.
Yes, sir.
Watch out for season 4 in a year. Div also says, I honestly did not see anything different from Luka/Dallas Mavs team than this Euro team, which is not NBA caliber. How sad is this Mavs org?
I mean, well, today's the day to pile on, right? Today's the day to pile on in his organization. I ain't copping any pleas for us. I'm just not gonna be like, I'm gonna remember this in a couple of weeks whenever we're really angry at Jason Kidd for play calls and decision making. I'll worry about this game when I'm 80 years old.
Hey, fan, I see you as well, fan. I see you giving love to Brunson and all. The issue is not that Brunson, like, it's not his bad. It's not that Kyrie I'm agreeing with you. It's not that Kyrie is a worse player than Brunson. It's what we lost when we lost Brunson. It's just you talk about camaraderie and all that. And Brunson's a leader as well. So, but
yeah, imagine having Brunson at 25 mil a year right now. That contract looks so cheap, and you were better with him in the luxury tax than without, and you would have been able to clear the slate whenever you traded Dodo and Spencer. Whenever you traded Dodo and Spencer, and you still had Luka and Brunson, what kind of player could have we gotten back for that deal with a first round pick?
I want you to think even further.
All right,
Imagine you had JB 3 years for $55 million, making 18 and some change. You remember when Steph Curry? You remember how the Golden State dynasty got a little lucky with Steph Curry being injured and all that, and then getting a cheaper contract than he deserved, and then things just started happening and all. We'd had Jalen Brunson for 18 and some change, a little bit more than we gave to Tim Hardaway Jr. We could have got a third star, like, but it is what it is. Richard says you cannot win with Dwight, Cuban, Maxey miss a lot, and Tim Brickaway getting minutes. Just ask Dennis. Then you add Kid. Got me shaking my head. It's going to be a long year. We'll see. Man, I don't want this year to be like last year. I pray, man.
Yeah.
Div says someone needs to tell Cuban you ain't winning anything this year to tank and play all rookies, get rid of all but Kyle, Luka, Green, Jaden, Lively, Omax, rest of the players for picks. Gee. I mean, they can have the rest of any of our players for picks.
Yeah. Yeah, though.
Somebody giving us picks for any of those players is like, you can have. What up, Gina Kim? She says, hey, fellas. At this point, it just feels like we're losing so the Rangers can win. I hope we lose the Pistons so it can help us win the championship this year. Hopefully that's what it's for.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at it like. Hopefully we sweep whoever the next opponent is and just get to the World Series already.
Larry, he's a Glow Yard gang member. He says, Raul TGK, can y'all please calm down the fandom before they lose their mind?
I'm trying, but I understand their sentiments. We all feel it. We feel it, man. It's like one of those things. It's like, what's that over there? Oh, that's an elephant. It's in the room. Why is it over there? It's like we don't want to notice it, but it's over there. What's it doing?
And it seemed like it's staying here too, Pause.
Yeah, it's tough.
Gina Kim said, I had a feeling we would choke the lead when we were up by 9. But there weren't any playmakers on the court anyways. I wish Kid would have waited until 2 minutes to put them in.
Yeah, it did feel a little let's go ahead and just throw this game away kind of vibes. They had it locked. It's not, I mean, they came out, they played poor defense to begin with. They shot like 80% from 3. They turned it around. They got the lead at half. They were playing pretty well for, backups all the way to the fourth quarter. And it's just like, Kid was like, yeah, they just put in the real, bottom of the barrel squad out here and just let them fail instead of, here's my issue. Here, honestly, this is the core issue with Kid. I just feel like sometimes Kid doesn't care about perception sometimes. He isn't meticulous enough to see things in advance from that perspective. Like the whole conversation with Tim Hardaway Jr. Why didn't you have that conversation with Tim Hardaway Jr.? That way when he's asked, he's prepared to answer it. You didn't prepare him knowing that this would become an issue. Same thing here is like, why not just get this win, right? Like, get this win just to shut us up, right? Like, just make sure you get, like, just sometimes the optics. I feel like you don't see it sometimes, and you wear these big glasses. Like, bro, you optically are optimized to see things, and you're not seeing it. Like, why?
That's my issue. This was a game he had to win. Like we said, it was just a must win. Just get the W. You feel me? Like, just to show us, like it's Real Madrid. Okay, we good, and then we can just go from there. Yeah. But I don't know. Larry says game ball to Axum and Lively for the work they put in today in the first 3 quarters. I guess. As I told y'all, the Mavericks were basically tied this whole first half, and then made a run to go up by double digits. It wasn't like they were by 20 in the third quarter and on. It just made a run and then lost a run right back. I didn't feel like it was distance. That game felt horrible the whole way. I never felt like it was too questioned. There was times in the game in the second quarter and all the Mavs were down. You feel me? Like, I don't know. I didn't feel good that game.
Yeah, if we're giving them pleas, if we're giving the Mavericks pleas, they have been well away from home. They probably look. They did look a little lackluster there on the energy scale. They look beat, man.
65 points in the first half. The Real Madrid.
Yeah, they look beat. If I'm gonna give them excuses.
Johnny B says he's also a Glow Yard gang member. He says, Glow Yard, what up, Johnny B?
What up, Johnny B?
Frank, he's a Glow Yard gang member as well. He says the overreaction is dumb when fourth quarter was filled with end of bench guys. I feel you, Frank, but they didn't look too well with the guys that weren't fourth quarter guys either. Though. Like that's how I felt. I guess everybody else think they look tremendous. I didn't feel that way.
Yeah, again, back to the whole thing. If they just would have won, we're not even concerned.
Yeah, just to get the win and be like, okay, I don't expect much from these guys. Like I told you,
right?
I think the same thing. If they don't have Luke and Kyrie, I don't expect them to win many games. But I still wanted to see this team beat Real Madrid. You feel me? They're still a professional NBA team. And I don't know. I just felt like you had to win this game.
Yeah.
Just Jason Kidd being a coach. You feel me? An NBA coach. You had to win this game. So, but it is what it is. I guess they didn't. Riv says, I'm indifferent, yo. I'm not, like I said, off the train yet or anything. This game just was nasty. So I don't know where to think. I don't care. Riv says, what up? What's up, gang? Bro, my Dodge is about to get swept tomorrow. I'm down bad. It's all right, Ribs. It's next year. But y'all got a habit of doing that, man. Y'all gotta chill. Magic Johnson brought that team and got y'all put all that money on y'all. Y'all still not doing anything. Y'all won one though. So shout out to y'all. I want to see one. Larry said, I'm cool with losing when people on the court are more than likely not even in our rotation. Still, I'm not. Facu Campazzo shouldn't have been in our rotation, and he dominated.
Boy, he was walking Jelly Walker down. He was walking
domination. Down. Almost had a 20-point triple-double. What?
That's my air conditioner. Air conditioning.
I'm about to say,
what the hell?
I need to pull up TGK. Hey man, what's up?
It sounds like we got a train.
I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get over there, but I need to pull up. Gina Kim said Gina Kim said game baller, Axum, Lively, and Tim. Dante had great plays. Lively was really important and showed out, and Tim showed that he wanted Hardy minutes. That's why I didn't find it as a good thing, Gina Kim. If Tim's showing off, Tim gonna get minutes, right? Johnny B says this team defensively looks the exact same to me. They undersized and still get destroyed by anybody with a legit big man. Who you telling? Frank said best team outside the NBA should be able to beat NBA bench guys. I don't think that. No, because then they should be in the NBA. That's how I feel, Frank.
Yeah, because then the whole notion of, these are the best 418 guys in the world.
Yeah.
Well, why are we losing to?
And they're not. Then, yep.
500, 600, 800 best guys in the world.
Which means Nico and them ain't do their job right, because that means guys on that team better than guys on this team, which means why didn't we go grab those guys from that team and have them on this team then? That's how I feel. So I don't give them a pass for that. Like, no, they shouldn't be. The NBA is supposed to be the NBA for that reason. If it isn't, it isn't. I'm not even saying it is. I'm saying based off the notion of what I hear, then if that was the choice, then why didn't Nico, Finley, Cubes, and whatever go to Real Madrid and ask a bunch of those guys if they want to play for the team? If they're much better than the guys we already have, they may have been cheaper too. Let's see. Gina Kim says, I think a big factor was them traveling. Mark Stein was talking about how they had problems and injuries on the team. Doesn't sound good, but I'm hoping it'll get better. They're going back and forth. I don't know what's real.
Coming back home should get some home cooking. Home cooking.
Gina Kim says, at least we had Lively looking good, nice block, hustle for rebounds, and got second chances. Played solid even against their big, who looked really strong. Yeah. Yeah,
no, their big was frightening.
Tavares,
man. Yeah. Can we go trade for him?
If he's that good, what happened? Gina Kim said, I feel like times we lose because of the lineups kid will have in. That Lawson play was good until it got blocked, but I wanted him to switch the lineup at least. I don't know why AJ Lawson didn't dunk that ball.
Yeah. You got
Saeed's
blocked out here.
I'm going to click. You didn't say WTM, but this is kind of how I feel. I know it's preseason, but we should be using preseason to get prepared for the season. I can't make excuses for this loss. Like, it just Here we go, Almighty. I'm gonna click yours too, Almighty. You get to say like y'all lost to Real Madrid, laughing my A off. Like, bro, we lost to Real Madrid today. Like, and that's no knock to Real Madrid. It was the same thing when Real Madrid beat Russell Westbrook back in the day when they had Luka and all. Like, I was like, man, they lost to Real Madrid. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, we lost to Real Madrid.
Yep.
Frank says, I think some of it is fake with new rules forcing all-stars to play. We'll need them healthy. I'm hoping, Frank. I'm trying to believe that, Frank.
We're trying to find a silver lining and hang on to it. You know.
Yeah. Trying. Gina Kim said once again, I saw a Powell fan saying he's better than Holmes. He wasn't good today, but at least he can create his own shots. He missed a couple of shots and they blame him like they did with, you know how it goes.
Oh yeah.
They wait for him because they powwows. So they wait for your guy to mess up. He can be amazing 10 straight games. That one game he mess up. Like, whoa, how?
Mm-hmm.
Now Frank says, hell yeah, they should be better than the G League team. Gina Kim said powwows had nothing to say when he smoked those layups and easy shots. I argued one today about how he can't finish lobs, and they told me take your blindfold off. Watching stats again. Y'all see Tim Hardaway Jr. You can't throw lobs either. Larry says, King, most of the people from Real Madrid are actual NBA players. No, they aren't. They've been in the NBA. They're former NBA players. No, they aren't.
Yes, I think Sergio's the only one that didn't want to go to the NBA.
Yeah, like they're former, Larry. Yeah. That's the reason. Like Rudy Fernandez, they went back for a reason. The reason why Facu Campazzo is not in the NBA right now, or is playing for Real Madrid, is because he got let go from the NBA. Like just last year, we were crying about Facu Campazzo, and then he just gave us a 20-point triple-double almost. Same guy last year, TGK. That was the same guy. Remember that. Same guy.
Walk down Jelly Walker. That's crazy.
Yep. Gina Kim says, I knew Real Madrid was a good three-point shooting team, but not like that. They made highly contested and logo threes, and them boys would not miss. Why can't we look like that? So another point Gina Kim just made. I told you about the Minnesota Timberwolves. I said, if they are a hot shooting three team this year, they may be serious. They're ridiculous. Now I'm starting to think it may just be the Mavericks can't shot, man. Like, Real Madrid
look defense. I don't know, man. Are we overreacting? Are we overreacting, King? You think we're overreacting?
I'm hoping. That's what I told you. I am hoping. I'm hoping. They embarrassed themselves today. That's why they get this either way, TGK. Like I said, I'm still hoping that it I don't trust Jason Kidd, man. Like this, if this was other coaches, TGK, I'd be like, okay, man, I get it. I understand. Yeah. Steve Kerr, I get it. I get you, man. Greg Popovich, I understand. I got you. Jason Kidd doesn't have like any cookies in the cookie jar right now. And even
he ain't got no wiggle room for us, man. He didn't build any. He didn't build any. What's the word? Yeah, he ain't build none of that. He ain't build no good calls or goodwill with us. So. Nope. Especially when you say, "Oh, I'm just out there to watch the games." Oh, what? Like that was one of the most offensive things I've ever heard in my life as a fan. For a coach to tell me you're out there doing what we do and just watch the game, like, bro, I'll punch you in the mouth for that, Jason Kidd. Don't be watching my team. Go coach my team. Get us some wins, Jason Kidd.
TGK, but did anybody die?
I guess not.
Okay. Johnny B says the Mavs should truly start Luka Kai, Derek Jones Jr., Grant Lively, and then Green, Exum, Hardy, Holmes, and Keith, the bench unit. Y'all really done on Maxey? Like, for real? We paying Maxey $11 million, they done? Like, y'all over Maxey? He shouldn't play anymore? That's sad. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's sad if we spending. We just gave that guy a fresh $33 million contract. And y'all saying don't play that guy.
Did you like what you saw from Derek Jones today?
I think Derek Jones not going to be. He has to have a point guard. Like he's going to have a point guard.
He had a very awesome, acrobatic little pushback layup off of a rebound. It was really nice. He was noticeable out there. I just would like to see what he could do with Luka on the court. because I think he'll be able to shine a lot more. He'll get those alley oops a lot more. He'll be able to show his athleticism a lot more. Um, Again, it's just a lot of these guys are just one dimensional, and that's just the problem. The problems, or the
That's the thing.
problems.
TGK. What is
That's the
the best
problems with the team.
lineups, man? What are these best? What are the best lineups for the Mavericks? Like, what are any of these guys other than Seth Curry? I guess Seth. Let's not talk about our guards. Let's get away from our guards.
Seth wasn't even making wide open shots. Let's talk about that too.
He's getting older. He's getting older.
Yeah.
So at some point, that's. But just like JJ Redick, remember him at the end of his career when we got him, he couldn't make a shot.
Yeah.
But who on the team do you trust to make threes?
Jaden Hardy, because he built good faith with me at the end of last year.
I agree.
Kyrie Irving,
Kyrie and Luka, you're going to definitely say them
Luka,
three, right?
Okay. Right. Right now, Grant Williams, I don't have no reason to say he can't if he's wide open.
Okay.
So those are the four I'm gonna lean on.
So you're gonna be leaning on those four. So what do we do with the other guys? Like, so when we got to play Derrick Jones Jr., right? Do you trust him wide open when guys gonna leave him wide open? Is he gonna be a guy that's like?
He shot 37% last year. If he gets more wide open shots with Luka, I want to see what he does with that. So I'm gonna give him like, here's your open tryout to impress us to see that you're a reliable shooter. But everyone's the jury's out for everyone else. Tim Hardaway Jr., we know what he is. I'm not saying he's not reliable. I'm just kind of tired of it. The rest of the guys, I want to see what they got. Seth Curry, I'm concerned about him because I don't know if he's hit one this whole preseason so far. So
I think he have hit one.
Well, let me look up stats, man.
But maybe you may be wrong, but it's trash either way.
Right.
I'm just worried, bro. Like I don't expect Derrick Jones Jr. to shoot 37% this year. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like even looking at the preseason, I don't expect him to do that. I don't expect Omax to shoot that high of a percentage. I don't even know if I expect Grant to get 40% the way it's been looking in the preseason. Like he doesn't look like a knockdown 3-point shooter right now. He looks like a guy that can make threes. He's more of he looks like Dodo right now. You feel me? Like he's gonna make some and he's gonna not make some sometimes. I don't know who's the 3-point shooters that play defense, so I'm scared of how we're gonna get points when we're not even locking guys down. So we're supposed to have defenders. If our defenders don't look great, how are we going to get points outside of Luka Doncic and Kyrie? They aren't going to be able to make buckets, and it's going to be like, well, you just lock them two down or try to make it difficult for them, and guys is going to look around and not do anything. We have possessions over and over where we're not making buckets.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play some coaching gymnastics, and sadly, we don't have the coach that we could trust to do that because you're gonna have to find a way to stagger Kyrie and Luka's minutes, but also get them as much playing time together, but also pair Luka and Kyrie with shooters.
You got to get Seth in there with Luka. You got to get Jaden Hardy in there. Like it's bro, this team is not set up for Luka and Kyrie to play together.
No, it's really not.
It's the team. I said on Discord, I felt like the team was more set up towards Kyrie right now, as far as if Kyrie was starting and no Luka Doncic was here, and you can get another guy around Kyrie. I feel like that's the way the team is constructed. I feel like they're trying to build it two different ways at one time, which is weird. It's like a Luka team and a Kyrie team, and I want Luka and Kyrie to play with each other. Like pause. Like I don't want them to always be off the floor. I want them to still have a bunch of minutes with each other and like putting guys away. So I don't this who knows? I don't know, man. I'm worried. That's all I'm saying. I'm just worried.
Yeah, there's another layer to this convo, but I ain't trying to get there.
All right. Gina Kim says, I think it was fourth when we've kept fouling, and that's what helped Madrid get back in the game. Very frustrating to watch them just chuck up shots or rush them. Yeah, that's true, Gina Kim. Frank says, I'm concerned with Seth. He looks old.
No. All right. When Frank says it, I know I'm right.
Just saying, bro, we keep giving these contracts. Larry says Hardy was the offensive option at the end, him and Jelly at least. That's what everyone told me. That's what I was saying, TGK. Your third best player was the offensive option of the game, and we lost to Real Madrid.
Can I go on record to say I didn't want the Seth Curry pickup? Because I didn't. I wasn't.
Like, yes, you can go. I didn't want it either. I don't think anybody wanted it.
Yeah,
we were okay with him, but it wasn't.
I was like, cool, Kyrie guy, cool, but I wasn't for it.
I'm trying not to go too deep, TGK. I'm trying not to, but you know we do it on this show. All this stuff, the bad stuff. Remember, like Kyrie said, he was involved in making the team now and all. Is that a good thing?
Don't give me the.
I got you. We're not gonna go back. I'm not even trying to single out one person. I'm just saying. You remember? I know it's preseason. I'm trying not to go deep. Pause. I'm trying not to, but I'm just saying.
We got to save these talking points for whenever we need to bring them out.
Okay. All right. So we're going to save them.
If the season goes in the direction it goes, there's multiple talking points to get to. I ain't trying to get to
leave them alone. I got you.
Trying to keep them in the tuck. Trying to keep them in the tuck. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. Let's see. Gina Kim says Holmes with Kai and Luka would look amazing. They had no other offense to help us get going. That jelly shot was like the CP3 shot in the Western Conference Finals. Yikes. I think Jelly just lost his spot with this game.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason why I said I couldn't. Jelly just too small, man. Like, too small.
Yeah.
He don't do enough to be that small. Go ahead.
Getting dealt by Campazzo like that?
He got bodied.
No, sir, man. You should have took a charge. Like you knew after the third layup, or after the first layup, you should have known he was going to come right back after you. Take a charge, bro. Do something.
He was switching hands. I was like, Campazzo, man. No, he wasn't. He was faking.
Campazzo was coming down the court at the same pace. He wasn't going any faster and still got to the bucket. I was like, what? Like, what's going on here, bro? Like,
Campazzo just lost Jelly Walker his job, man. He said, I got you. You the little guy? You're not going to be on there either. I'm like, Campazzo, man. You a dirty dude, man. Yeah, what up, Sel? He says Mavs will finish bottom 2 in the West. I can't watch that again.
He's selling the Mavs.
I can't watch that. I can't do it again.
Yeah, I can't do it again either.
Johnny B said Frank be easy on Seth. He was getting busy. Seth tried. He did make a 3 today. That's what I'm saying. Seth went on that run when we went on that run. We went up. I felt like it was Seth and Tim Hardaway Jr.
Damn, I must have been asleep.
I think it was Seth and Tim Hardaway Jr.
I must have been napping. My bad, man.
Let's see. Larry says, how can a preseason game be a must-win when we're still trying to figure out our rotation? Because we haven't figured out our rotation yet, Larry. That's what I'm saying. We got one more game left. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't understand what's going on.
You know what, Larry? I meant it must win in a joking way, but with a hint of, being realistic that we should have won. But it was more must win to avoid what we're doing right now. That's why I called it a must win, because I don't want to be talking about a loss, about Facu Campazzo, embarrassing little Jelly Walker. I don't want to talk about that. I want to be like, hey, we ended this road trip on a win. 10 games we play the Pistons. Are you excited? No, we left with Kyrie being hurt. We left with Luka being hurt. And now we left with our egos being hurt, with Real Madrid getting a dub on Dallas. Like,
and no rotation.
And we figured out. The only thing we figured out is that Derek Lively is a starter. That is one positive. What else have we figured out? Steph Curry is showing his age. Tim Hardaway still Tim Hardaway. What else we figured out? Rashawn Holmes and Dwight Powell going to battle for the second center spot, huh?
Who's out 6 man?
If it's me, it's Hardy. But Jason Kidd wants Tim Hardaway Jr. to be 6 man.
Okay. Who's out 3?
Exum. I don't know how many assists he finished with, but it looked like he had a double-double today on assists. So that was kind of cool. Again, I do like the idea of Exum being a backup. Now, what will he do against NBA level talent? That's to be seen. But he did all right today. I am concerned with how he'll look against NBA talent, though. What else we learned, though? We learned nothing about rotations, and we learned nothing about.
Exum played against his former competition, right?
Yeah, we learned a lot about Omax, though. Yeah. What I feared, that his shot is going to keep him away from getting minutes on this team, and it looks like that's going to happen.
Yeah, he's going to go to the G League just to shoot.
Yeah,
he's going to go there just to have open opportunities to make shots and all. I think he'll be fine. He's got to knock down the shot. You got to get a shot for him together. Gina Kim said, "Thank you, King, for your sacrifices. Now Rangers keep moving." Well, y'all keep going. Larry said, "This game made me feel like Exum is ready to be our backup PG."
Okay.
And I don't disagree with none of that. It's just, well, everybody can't be our backup PG or two guard. That's what I'm like everybody keeps looking good, then who's gonna be the one to fall back is all I'm asking everybody.
So King, so if Luka play, here's what I don't like. I already know Kid is gonna let Luka still play all 12 minutes of the first quarter, which I don't like. I rather Luka play 8 every single quarter, or 8, 8, 8, and then 10 at the end if you want to go that far. But playing all the 12 minutes, your backup point guard will never get rhythm, because when he comes in, it's gonna be in the second quarter. So
and that's probably gonna be Exum, right?
Yeah. So we're not gonna see Exum until the second quarter. Everyone's gonna be, their blood gonna be running, adrenaline hitting, and he's gonna be put in a position to fail.
But that may not even hold on. Now I'm thinking about it. Exum may not come in the second quarter. Because think about how they play. They play Luka the whole first quarter, right?
Yeah.
Then Kyrie misses something. But doesn't Kyrie come back in and take the point guard position in the second quarter?
Something like that. So Kyrie will probably sit around the 6 or 8 minute mark. You'll probably get 6 to 8 minutes in that first quarter. And then you're probably bringing in either Tim Hardaway Jr. or Hardy, right? And then
or Tim Hardaway or Seth, maybe. Or maybe you do Hardy.
Maybe. Seth got to be the third guy in that pecking order. So then when you start the second quarter, you bring in Kyrie back. I can see them then put an Exum at 2 solely for defensive purposes. And then
so what happens to the other guy doesn't get timed in that day? So whoever between Jaden Hardy and Tim Hardaway Jr. doesn't get time, depending on who gets put in first.
Yeah, that's bro. Jason Kidd, he's gonna have to work miracles, man.
That's what this is like. this roster is like, I don't know. They didn't wing it right together. They just tried to get talent, and it's like they needed Bo Vulgaris.
But a way to fix this is to have Luka and Kyrie play the first 6 to 7 to 8 minutes together, and take them off the court together.
I'm scared. TGK, what if we?
No, don't be. Because
the game is tied or we down.
But this is where you start to solidify positions. This is where you start solidifying roles, because then these players come in knowing what their role is and what the purpose of it is, and then if they fail, you could put Luka in the first 12 minutes again, right? You could put him back, and then you put duct tape on that little issue right there. But you got to see what you got, and if you got something great, then you're not killing your Luka and your Kyrie in the first quarter. You're letting them develop as they go along versus what they're doing right now. And if you stick to the same thing now, we're not gonna go anywhere, man. They're not.
Jason Kidd, you got a job. What up, Damon? I see you been even telling my O's and all. You good? Y'all better get there too. Come on, Atlanta. Gina Kim said Exum is definitely the backup PG. Seth looked good. His defense was bothering me at the start. He wasn't scoring, but he got himself going later, so that was promising. Yep.
I missed that, Gina Kim, so my bad for the Curry slander.
Seth ended up getting going, and it's like, if he does get going, what happens? Like, you feel me? You got too many options. You can't play all these guys.
Why is Seth a year younger than Steph Curry and looks about 4 years older than Steph Curry?
Because he's not a superstar.
Damn, that's a difference, right?
Role players age quicker.
Damn, is that for real?
I mean, not.
I guess because they sit a lot, right?
There are some role players that last a long time, but usually role players' bodies give up quicker. I feel like, than superstars. Like, I don't expect most role players to make it to 40. You feel me? Like, I don't expect most role players to make it to 35.
Yeah.
Like, there are some that are great players and all that, role players, but role players I feel like just break down quicker. I don't know why. Like, maybe that's why they're not superstars.
True. Very true.
And plus, by a certain point, they're only asked to do certain things. So if you lose the ability to do that one thing, then
yes, Evan Turner.
Yes,
Evan
there
Turner.
you go.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
Gina Kim said even last year, Kid was bad at adjusting. He needs to make that change and do better. Make that change. No Michael Jackson. JP says, what up, JP said, that Texas hat on. Get out of here. Y'all gotta get out of here. He said there was an unwritten agreement to let the home team win against an NBA team to pump the Real Madrid fans. That's what I'm hoping. JP Kid had no intention of actually winning at the end of the game. JP, it feels it's like I'm hoping. It's like that sounds right, but you know what Rel says about what sounds right in his team. That's my only thing. Like, eesh. Jenna Kim said, I like Wemby, but he's no Lively. I think they played against each other before, so that should be a good matchup for him. I don't think they played against each other.
Yeah. I don't know if they have.
Yeah, because Wemby was overseas and Lively was playing, and they didn't play each other in the summer league.
Yeah, it'll be a fun matchup though. Yeah. How about let's get hyped for Mavs San Antonio? Nah, that's too soon. There'll be time for that.
Is Chet better than Lively right now?
Yeah, man. I think he's got more of an offensive arsenal. He's shown he could play defense. So
that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's just he is right.
Yeah.
Wemby just cooked Chet. That's the guy got being rookie of the year.
But I think Lively's bigger than Chet, so I think he should be able to hold his ground a little bit better.
Is he much bigger? Chet at this point, what's Chet? Chet got gained like 15 pounds over the I thought.
Let me see. Chet
got to be like 210 now, right?
We're about to find out. Let me see. He's 7'1".
Mm-hmm. Same height as Lively.
Same height. What is the wingspan though?
I don't know. I think Chet ridiculous. Chet nice defensively too though. Like, yeah. Chet is neither one of them guys is going to bang. That's how I feel. Not right now.
His wingspan is 7'6". He was 195 coming into the league. So if he added 15 pounds, he'd be 205.
What's that? 210, right?
Or 15? Something like that. Yeah, I don't know how to count. That's boy math. Derek Lively.
I think like 220. They're probably the same person. Just Derek Lively's 10 pounds heavier.
Yeah. Dang. Derek Lively has a 7'8" wingspan.
7'8", okay. Yeah, he's
all right.
He's stupid.
Hey man, every inch counts. You know
it does. I just definitely. But I think Chet right now is more developed. Like Chet is a red shirt rookie and all that. You feel me? Like I just feel it's not even because I think Lively is. I'm not even trying to bash Lively. I just think Chet is more ready for the NBA right now. Like he should be.
So what you're trying to do is you're trying to prepare us that Wemby's finna Wemby all over us on the opening night.
I do think that's gonna happen either way.
You know what it reminds me? You know what it reminds me of for Dallas specific fans in here, like Dallas, Texas. Do y'all ever remember when the Cowboys in 2002 went to Houston to play the inaugural season opener against the Texans, and we got beat that game and embarrassed on national TV?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of giving me them vibes, man. It's giving me them vibes.
Bro, if that first game, what happens that game? So if the Mavericks lose that game to San Antonio, does the hot seat begin then? Do people start?
Hold on. Here's what's gonna happen. I got the correct thing for you. I got the correct thing because this is what's gonna happen. If this happens, if we lose to San Antonio, this is what's gonna happen.
I don't hear it.
Oh, you don't hear it?
Is it choking? Hold on, it's quiet.
You sound the siren, man. The tornado siren. The ring the alarm.
OKC. Yeah.
Yeah, you ring the alarm, man. Yeah, rough. Times are coming.
So you said so. Hold on, because I know Larry gonna be in here too. I want to know: is the game against San Antonio a must win?
Yes. I don't care. It is a must win. You have to start out the season in a really good way this year. You have to. The way it ended last year, you got to send a message to the league like, hey, we're not going to let this rookie beat a Luka Doncic and a Kyrie Irving. Hell no. The rest of their team, I don't know too much about the Spurs, but I don't think they have someone on Luka's level, someone on Kyrie's level. They probably got someone obviously on Josh Green's level, but Wemby by himself should not beat us opening night. I'm sorry. It shouldn't.
Luka needed 51 to beat him last time.
Luka got to go off, and I hope he doesn't have to. But if that's what's gonna take to win, I swear, if we lose the Spurs opening night, I'm gonna be really mad.
So that one is a must win. So we're overreacting. until game one. But if they lose game one, it's like overreaction time. Like that's okay.
No, it's actually going to be within reacting. Like we're properly reacting at that point.
Okay. All right.
I'm sounding the alarms. All of them.
I'm with you. At some point, we got to win a game, and we got to say one game we should be able to win. You feel me? Like, if we can't call games out to win, then what are we doing here?
Right. All right. So, all right. All jokes aside, you should be healthy. Everyone should be healthy going into that first game. If you're at full strength, judging by the team the Spurs have, they improved. They have Wemby, so they're dynamic from that aspect that they can open up the floor because of what Wemby could do. I get that, but also, ain't nobody on the Spurs gonna touch Luka, and if they do, they're gonna have to double and triple. And what does that do? That opens up Kyrie. That opens up the offense. This is the optimistic side of me talking. So, is the Spurs gonna be able to keep up with that all game versus them just relying on Wemby? The Mavericks need to win that game. I don't care. There's no level of excuses for us to lose that game. I don't opening night lose to the Spurs in the third game of the season because you rested Luka. I don't care. That's fine. Opening night, hell no, you got to win.
Can they win? Can they beat the Spurs with one of the two?
Which one of the two?
Oh, okay, so you're saying with Luka you think we can, but with Kyrie you don't think we can.
Let me look at the Spurs roster, man. I gotta do my due diligence.
Due diligence. All right, while you doing it, I'll go to the next one. Let me know. Frank says, not to discredit Lively, he'll eventually be good, but right now he ain't ready. We're gonna lose because we're gonna lose the rebound battle. I don't know who can grab a rebound other than Luka. Kyrie.
Kyrie could get you 5.
Yeah, at least. Gina Kim said, did you guys see Powell get hit in the face again? Man, I was happy seeing him get less minutes.
Not happy.
We talk nice about him on this show now, Gina Kim.
All right. Here's the roster. All right. I'm going to point out names that I know are good. Victor Wembanyama. Devin Vassell. I know he's good. Jeremy Sochan, whatever. He's good.
He's a good defender.
Awesome. Yeah, he's good. They got Cedi Osman. It's not crazy, but he's all right. Boy, Trey Jones is a good point guard right there. Keldon Johnson, he's solid. The Devontae Graham
without Victor.
Yeah. They got Devontae Graham. He's good. But he's good. They got a lot of other players, and none of these names stick out to me. Like Malachi Branham, Julian Champagne, City Sissoko. They got Zach Collins. We could use him. I don't see another like offensive weapon like that's all weapon other than Wemby, bro. Like, who's other offensive weapon? Is it Keldon Johnson?
Yeah.
Is he
Keldon
like
Johnson?
That? Like
that? I think Keldon Johnson 20-point scorer.
Oh yeah, 22. All right.
That's what I'm saying. I think Keldon Johnson 20-point scorer.
I'm sleeping on Keldon.
So I think, and plus, like I said, they remember Luka needed 51 to beat him last year.
Yeah, he shoots 33% from 3. So
that's without Victor Wembanyama. He needed 51. So I mean, again, so looking at that roster, Luka with that roster, I'd be happy with it.
Here's what I'll say: Keldon's not efficient. He's 45% from the field, 32% from 3. His shots from his second season, he was shooting 10 shots in his second year, and he upped it to 17 last year. His stats are going to come down this year solely because of Wemby. Wemby's probably going to eat into his production, to be completely honest.
It probably would.
So I don't. It goes back to that. Like, if he's probably going to be under 20 points, or he might make more.
I think he might be around 20 points, and
he's 6'5" and a small forward, and Josh Green is 6'5", 6'6", and 6'6". We can't call him a small forward. See how things work.
I didn't say y'all couldn't go. Y'all don't want to say you can't call Josh Green a small forward. I thought he was a small forward.
That's what I thought.
I think,
man, we're gonna beat the Spurs, man. We're gonna beat the Spurs. We're gonna be out.
You said Keldon shot 45% last year
from the field.
That he's fine. 45% from the field, and you say he was the number 1 guy on San Antonio on that losing team.
Oh, I don't know if it was the number one guy.
He was the number one guy. I don't think nobody would score 20 points a game on that team.
Yeah, true. Because I went to their game against the Warriors in Alamo Dome. Yeah, that's what they call it, right? And I left in the third quarter because I was like, bro, ain't nobody on this team could produce. Like, and on that team, no one could make shots. No one could produce anything. So here's the stats. Keldon, 22 points per game. Devin Vassell, 18 points per game. Devontae Graham, 13. Trey Jones, 12. Jacob Podol, he's not there anymore, but he was averaging 12. Zach Collins, 11. See what I'm saying? Like Jeremy, 11.
That's what I'm saying. But Calvin Johnson did 22 on 45%. Like that's to be by yourself on San Antonio, and now you got another weapon. Your efficiency should go up.
Should go up. So yeah, I'll give it up.
Right, that's what I'm saying. To be the main ball handler, it's not like another guy's like really setting you up. You the main guy creating off the dribble, and he's not a superstar or anything. So he's going to have games where he's trash. He's a streaky player, but to still get to 22 a game.
How much is Wemby going to average in his rookie year?
Yeah, I want to say he's going to average like right around 20 exactly.
Dang, he's that good already?
Yes, I think he'll get the ball. I think he's going to be efficient. I don't think he's going to be inefficient though.
All right,
so it's about efficiency.
All right, so the Mavs going to have a 30-point player. Luka's going to definitely be 30.
Yeah, Luka's, I think
33-point player.
He's going to be 30 for a while right now.
I think he's going to get 30 so easily this year. Like, he might push it to 33, 34 a game. Kyrie, 26. That's the floor, right, for Kyrie. 26 points per game. Who's your next guy, right?
Somebody, hold on. What you think the next guy going to be averaging? That's what I should ask you. What you think whomever is that third guy, what do they average this year?
The third guy has to average 16, bro. They have to, if we want a third guy. If it's gonna be by committee, then the third guy gonna average like 10. And
you want that though?
I don't want a committee of threes. I want one bona fide three, and I want that three to be Jaden Hardy averaging 16 a game. Wouldn't that be nice?
Bro, anybody. Nice. It could be Jaden Hardy. It could be Josh Green. It'd be even nice if Josh Green did it. If out of nowhere Josh Green was that guy and he, got his contract and all, I would love it. Like if he had a contract year and it actually was one of those, years you expect from a guy that's getting a contract where he just balls out Eric Dampier before he came to the Mavs. That type of year. Yeah, I would love that from Josh Green this year, but who knows, man? Like,
I mean, Josh Green improves like 3 points per game per season, right? So he was at 9 last year. If he's at 12, 13 this year, and Jane Hardy's at 14, 15, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that. Like,
if Josh Green ain't nice, if Josh Green like I said nice by the end of the year, I'm never going to think he's going to be nice again. I'm not going to lie to you, because this is a contract year. This is his 5th year contract year. This is the year where you should. You feel me? Like if you can't show off this year somehow, some way, unless Jason Kidd just destroys you, you feel me, like, and doesn't play you. But if you're the starter and all, right, and you're finally the starter for the year, and you can't show out some, you're probably never going to be that guy. Yeah. I'm just being serious with you. Like, it's not even because I don't like Josh anymore or anything, but if you aren't in a contract year, that dude, you probably are never going to be that dude.
Yeah. It's a pivotal season for Josh Green this year. 100%.
Very pivotal. Larry says Mark Stein already reported that Lively will have to play himself out of the starting position. Yeah, that's basically what it is, Larry. We knew that. I mean, what was the competition?
Mm-hmm.
Without Real Mavs, he says, I think preseason feels different this year because nothing went right last year, and we felt cursed, hoping over the summer-ish was fixed, and then, bam, 3 straight losses. That's a good point, Ro. Excellent point. JP says the thing that concerns me is all the excuses about last year and not having a full training camp and preseason together. What is this? Mavs. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, it's not like this is the unfortunate side of this preseason. The training camp, it got muffled. It got muddied. I think the 10-day layoff, I'm hoping that helps. They got 3 days off, right? So maybe they start practicing again come October 14th. So then they got October 14th till the 20th. What in basketball, what can you do in 6 days, 5 days? I hope they could do something. I hope that's
2 practices.
With a hobbled Kyrie and Luka, are you?
That's what I'm saying. TGK, like, so it's kind of what Real Mavs and them and JP just said. Like, the excuse is going to keep continuing over and over the next game, because they aren't doing anything with each other. You feel me? Like, so you keep getting that excuse the next game. Well, we got to wait for training camp. Is because they didn't have time together. Well, when are they getting the time together?
Right.
They aren't playing preseason games together. So I thought they needed time together. Usually that's what preseason was for, I thought.
Yep.
They're not playing together in the preseason. So what are they doing?
I need to be a part of the Mavs, like, scheduling.
Real Mavs says, go ahead. I'm teaching.
Nah, I need to be their secret
Scheduler.
head coach. Yeah.
I mean, your boy Cubes and them decided this trip. Like, it's, man, we keep just making excuses. Like, I just want to see something. You feel me? Like, they made this trip. It wasn't like the NBA just made this without Mark Cuban's blessing. Mark Cuban decided to do this. So, Romav says, think this team will be good. Kyrie and Luka played only 5 minutes together so far. So, also, there's a team and their kid just keeps throwing around minutes. Yeah, like, he got to solidify something, roll, or just going to be, I don't know, man. I don't trust Jason Kidd right now. He doesn't have the highest place. Gina Kim says, I don't care if it's preseason or not. If Kidd is not playing to win now, how will it be when he has to in the regular season? This was the time to show us what he's got. I agree. Remember 0-4 against, was it 0-4 against OKC last year? I believe it was 0-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we ain't getting no dubs.
Not one, right? We set out Luka like every game, right?
Yep.
He's playing to win, though. Rose says, if Luka and Kai can't practice next week, that'll be catastrophic.
Catastrophic.
Yeah, God damn.
No, you're good. I went through that too.
Jesus, I'm like, I was trying to read it. I'm like, catastrophic. Thank you. Jesus.
I was struggling with the Real Madrid players, man. I was calling Sergio Llull instead of Sergio Yul. I think that's how you say it.
Johnny V said, well, Kane, we looking the exact opposite of your preseason record. Have any real concerns about the team? If you don't watch the show, Johnny B, you'd heard me. Gina Kim said, Omac still look rough, but I like the excellent play that got him a bucket and going through defenders under the basket and scoring. Yes. Let's see. I want to read this. Saeed's usually at WTM, but he says, real question, will Barnes, Wes Matthews, DSJ, and DJ be better than what we have? Jeez. Not better than Kyrie. But I ain't gonna lie to you, though. The rest of them do TGK. I'm like,
right now, Barnes would probably start over Green.
DSJ be over
solely because of size. DSJ is an upgrade as your backup point guard over Exum. Wes Matthews, I don't know how he gets.
He might be better than Steph Curry.
Yeah, and DJ probably your second best center, sadly.
Second, yeah.
So Wes Matthews, I'm not playing him. I'm sorry. He ain't got no role on my team right now. DSJ, yes. Barnes will probably start, and DJ will be the second backup center.
That's horrible. Larry said they did excellent plays 1-3. DJJ plays 1-3. Green can play 2-4. Terry Jones Jr. ain't playing no daggone point guard. I don't want to see
wait.
that.
I just noticed that. DJ,
Jones Jr. ain't playing no point guard.
Which one? You mean 3 through 4 or something? Like, I think he meant to put 3/4, not 1 through 3. That was typo, Larry. Typo mess up right there.
TGK trying to help you out. Watch you don't accept it. Avant Traders is a Glow Yard gang member. He says Portland said they aren't trading Robert Williams. They want to use him and Ayton as their center rotation.
I wouldn't either. I think they got a good team. They're probably a year away, but they got a solid little squad over there.
I wouldn't be surprised if they compete for play in this year.
Yeah, agreed.
It depends on how Scoot and them end up being. If Scoot were the real deal, then they'll probably be competing for play.
Yeah.
Jenna Kim said after how Green looked, people still want to trade him, saying why do we like him so much? He looks good to me, and he's a great factor on this team. It's because Gina Kim, like, he can't just be, all right, that potential where I got to go away this year. That's just how I feel. Like, I don't want any more potential with Josh Green. I want to know who Josh Green is after this year.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
because on this team, if you go by like their natural roles, Kyrie would be your point guard. Green would fall into the 2, but Green isn't your prototypical 2, and that's the problem. But Luka being your 3 makes up for him being the 2, so
Yep.
that would make sense. But the team isn't looked at that point like that. Kyrie is your 2, Luka is your 1, and Green is in your no man's 3 land, and that's the problem. I think if Luka's guarding the opposing 3 or 4s, that helps because then Green can guard the 2s, right? But I think it would alternate between Grant and Luka on who's going to guard the better wing or the better four man, and you go off of that. But again, it's J.K. that is he that what is the word I'm looking for? Is he that cerebral in thinking? Yeah. I don't know.
Cerebral assassin.
Yeah.
I don't think the issue is Luka can't defend threes.
Yeah,
threes will cook.
I think he'll do fine with 4s, but
yeah, 4s will work. Yeah. Threes though would cook.
But God. Can Grant Williams guard 3s? You know, it's just
like you feel me. It's too much. It's too much building the team around. Like I understand building a team around Luka, but like you moving everybody. Like you're just making it weird.
Yeah.
Div says, TGK, no way you deal Green. This is crazy to me. Why would I get rid of a guy who is actually young and has potential to keep the Powers, the THJs, and the Cleavers? It makes no sense.
Well, no. I mean, to my credit, Div, I was doing a Green, Kleba, and THJ deal to get players that fit better. Yeah. I would, in no way do I want to trade Green. I believe in him. But I think if you end up getting desperate, you're going to have to.
You got to give to get, Div. That's all he's saying.
Unless you really want me to bring up this other angle I don't want to bring up, then that's a whole different combo. But Green is like the last straw before you really rip off the Band-Aid.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, who's going to take THJs and Cleavers?
Right. You're going to have to put a Green, a number 1 pick in 2 seconds to get the one player you want back to get that deal done.
Could you do that for me, TGK? While I'm reading the rest of these real quick, trying to go through them. He said, Richard said, check out Portland's box score.
All right, bet.
G2 said, good day, fellas. One word, Rangers and 4. You hope, man. It was Rangers in 3 this time. But hopefully next round. Jenna Kim said, me personally, I want OG, but I don't think it's possible. OG will be a big help and will be instant contenders, in my opinion. Let me know what you see when you see it, TGK. Nick says, what's good? What's good, Nick's? He said Capazzo took his revenge on us. Absolutely.
Oh, GT. Wow.
Uh-oh.
So Portland took on the New Zealand. What is this team? Do we got a name? The New Zealand Breakers. Mm-hmm. The Portland Trailblazers beat them 106-66.
Stop playing.
I mean, but it is New Zealand.
It's preseason. You know? It's preseason. It's New Zealand. You know.
All right. Let me tell you this. Right. The New Zealand Breakers. Uh-huh. Their point guard. What's his name? I don't even know what his name. His last name Jackson. Uh-huh. He shot 6 for 23.
Okay.
6 for 23. He took 23 shots. 23 shots. They shot 30% from the field, 15% from 3. That is completely different. But the Portland Trailblazers, they put a whooping on them for sure. But yeah, 106-66. That's crazy.
I mean, we weren't dominating when Luka was playing. But no. I digress.
Good point.
GT said, congrats, Twitter. Real Madrid is better than Exhibit 10 players and G Leaguers. There's a reason why sometimes they are dubbed NBA's 31st team.
Goodness, yeah, true. That's true. I agree.
Frank said Jazz need to stop being stingy with Laurie. They didn't. They were going to give it to us, but their roster actually don't make sense time-wise. Laurie, 26 years old with 2 older guys and rest of the guys being early 20-year-olds. Yeah, I feel you, Frank, but we had a chance, right?
Yep. We wanted Maxi Kleber.
3 for 33. Gina Kim says Spurs, Nets, Grizzlies, Bulls, Nuggets, Hornets, Magic, Raptors, Clippers, Pelicans. Predictions on our record after 10 games. I say 8-2 or 7-3. Nuggets are hard, and Pelicans or Clippers we lose. I'm not giving that prediction anymore, Gina Kim. I'm done on that. I'm not even going to do it. Not even gonna do
Yeah,
it.
I ain't gonna lie. I was confident saying 8-2. After today, I'm a little bit overreacting. I was impacted by this loss for sure.
Larry said, "Y'all want to make a bet on the record after 15 games?" Nope.
Yes, I've been wanting to make a bet with Larry. He avoided me last time, so yes, I do. We'll make one.
There you go, Larry. He's put it out there. Pause. And he said, "He'll let you know."
I'm a gambler, man. I just want to make one to make one.
Div says, "King, that is an excellent question. LOL. If you put Luka on a team, laughing my butt off, that really shows how awful we are. And we got Kai too. That is the worst part. That is how bad all the rest are on the Mavs. I'm sorry. Yes.
And also, I think that's just a part of the kid experience. The experience. If we were more confident in the kid, we feel different.
I agree with that as well. But look at Johnny B. He says we put Luka on the Blazers roster, they have a top 4 seed in the West.
Yeah. Honestly, if you like, say you replace Scoot and whoever the other guy is, and say you trade that for Luke, man. Luke.
I think you could trade Scoot for Luke, and they'd still be a top 4 seed.
Yep. That probably top 2.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Div says it'll probably be the best lineup he ever had in his career.
Oh, for sure.
Div says Luka is 4 out of 5 years first team All NBA starter. Laughing my butt off, and we still think without him they can't win. Without him, ha, that is embarrassing. Yeah, they cannot win a game. I mean, maybe a game. Stop. Let me not say that, but they're not winning much. They're the worst team in the NBA without Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Gina Kim says if Cuban was serious, he'll trade those bums, Maxey and Powell, for some real dogs who want to compete. Hey, Gina, we gotta be nice to these guys now. Stop. That's what I was told. Let's see. Frank also says Mark Cuban said Nico wins us the chip on legendary difficulty. Yes, he did say win us the chip on legendary difficulty, man. Jeez.
Man.
Dave says sad part, we were running Luka's last year into the ground to make 4th. He got hurt. And after that, we fell apart. This team is a joke roster without Luka and Kai. Yeah, Div, I get scared that Luka plays so much basketball, man, that we like taking for granted how many years he may have left. Yeah. That like worries me at times. Like, I hate this.
That's a lot of miles on those legs, bro. And he's already starting to walk.
A lot of miles, TGK.
Have you seen his little walk now? He got that little old man walk. He got my walk. Like, what the hell, bro? I put miles. Like, he put way more miles.
Got a lot of miles in that car, man. Larry said they wouldn't have Melo, Miles Bridges. OKC wouldn't have Chet, Jalen. What are you talking? That's not what I'm saying about drafting them, Larry. I'm just saying right now, if you traded them on those bad teams, like
hypothetical. It was a hypothetical.
Yeah, like I got you. They wouldn't happen if it happened perfectly like that, and that's the case. They still building up the rest of the squad around him. Luka has nobody around him, like no Miles Bridges and all that. Like we got that's just sitting here saying that type of stuff. We didn't get anybody. Like, bro, we still talking about was Josh Green the right pick, right? Aren't we still talking about that?
Yep. Because they know if what's his name, the Grizzlies player, what's his name?
Bane.
Yeah, if the Bane was a pick, then you're looking at it differently too.
And Bane's probably an all-star next year.
Yep, but he making about 200 plus mil, so it's different too.
He's drafted the same year.
Yeah.
Larry
we got Tyrell Terry. So
yep. Larry said the same with Cleveland when they got LeBron. Nah, Cleveland was just another. Nah, no way, Larry. I don't know. You just trolling right now, Larry. You trolling.
We'll have to save that convo for Friday.
As I said, you trolling, Larry. There's no way you saying that's the same thing. Cleveland was a bad organization when they had LeBron. That's the whole point. Gina Kim said, "Are you asking will Mavs win a game without them now or last year? I think Hardy would be like an upcoming star with Green, but end up with the Pistons or maybe even the Trailblazers this year."
I think the Pistons are on the up.
Yeah, I think we're worse than both of them.
Yeah, I think the Pistons are on up and Trailblazers low key. If we're casuals ain't gonna think the Trailblazers have a good roster. They got a good roster.
Yeah, Trailblazers are due away right now.
Yeah.
Gina Kim said Bally was talking about how Luka likes Powell. and how good he is with him. Like, please, I can't stand that kind of talk. Mavs have to let him go. It'll never happen, Gina.
Yeah.
I said, forget to mention, but Grant was looking amazing defensively. His steals and blocks were great. And what did you guys think of Dexter? He had some nice moments. Oh, Dexter, he on the team. He should be. If he's not on the team, I'm mad. But
Faco made sure of that.
Yeah, he made sure that he's on the team. Oh man, Jelly. I'm sorry, Jelly, man. Knight said, "Can you take me higher to a place called the World Series?" You ain't there yet, Knight.
You already know.
Y'all talking that trash. Y'all them Houston Astros will come in that door there. I'm gonna be like, Johnny B said, revenge season carried the Mavs today. Had kid, let him play more minutes. We win this game clearly. Hey, Johnny B, what do you want, Johnny B? Do you want Tim? I thought you wanted Tim Hardaway Jr. to be gone now. Like,
no,
is that good?
I think revenge season for him this year is Dwight Powell. Remember? I thought he gave that moniker to Dwight Powell.
Nah, I don't think he did he? Is he serious? You serious? You think he did?
I think
Johnny B, is he revenge season now is Dwight Powell for real?
Yeah.
Get out of here with that bullcrap. We didn't say that. Larry said, "Are we really judging the team by its third team, two-way, and exhibit 10 guys?" I'm sorry, but this is wild to me. I'm going to bed. Good night, Larry. And no, I'm not judging it because you keep acting like the first team was great. I don't know what game you were watching. I don't know what game Larry was watching. I don't know what the first team looked amazing to y'all. We were down when Luka was in the game.
I think it's going off of when we were up by 14.
Got you.
And then that's when they made that whole switch and they put in the third, the two ways, and the exhibit 10. So
they put in other guys. But
yeah. So if he's going off of that, I get what he's saying, but also
that made you feel good about the first day.
We started out rough,
yeah,
but again, we didn't have Kyrie and Luka, so that's another excuse.
We had Luka
for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and we didn't look good in those 5 minutes with the best player in the world.
He didn't look good either, though. He was hobbling.
The best player in the world, supposedly against Real Madrid. We were losing in 5 minutes. Gina Kim said, "Not gonna lie, Maxey might be washed, but I'm still giving him a chance until I see at least 5 games in the regular season to judge whether he's bad or not." I feel
That's crazy. It's crazy how we're going to judge the season in just a few games. It's crazy.
Frank said, "I'm with you, Larry. This is way overreaction. It's I told y'all, it's not an overreaction. It's just what they deserve for losing to Real Madrid. But I just want to know, Frank, Larry, I want to know from both of you guys, is San Antonio game a must win then?"
I say yes.
Or we just gonna keep saying no, it's okay, next game. Because we kept doing that last year too. Div says, "You know how people say we got no playmakers? They should say we got no coaches, because if you got no Luka Kai, then your coaching skills should show up and create passing plays and movement."
Mm-hmm. Did you notice how Luka was talking about how in Europe they play a team-oriented basketball, and in NBA there's not many plays that they call? Did you notice that? You didn't hear that? I heard his whole interview that he did in obviously before the game. It was all in Spanish. But he was saying how in Europe it's more team-oriented type of basketball, that they don't in the NBA they don't call as many plays as they do in Europe. So like there's an exorbitant amount of play calls in the Euro League as opposed to NBA, where it's probably just horns, pick and roll, and that's it. You know,
we played NBA rules and lost to Real Madrid. Not the FIBA excuse, when we talk FIBA and all that. People always say this. We played the NBA rules and lost to Real Madrid. Okay. Johnny B says Jelly was looking like Marmalade out there versus Facu. I ain't saying that. Getting after it, Facu showed it levels. Yeah, it's levels of this. Frank said, "Y'all willing to pay OG $45 million a year?" I don't know the total in years, but some rappers consecrated for it. I don't know how he getting that. What has he done?
Crazy.
What has he done to get 45? What has he done in his career to get $45 million?
I honestly feel like the Raptors organization just really he's a good player. He's great. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think they just prop up his aura, man. Like,
how was he eligible for that? I'm just asking, how was he eligible for $45 million?
Yeah, true. That too.
What has he done to be eligible for $45 million?
Right. Other than hitting that game winner 3, like what else?
I mean, that doesn't get you a super max or a max. Hitting the game winning 3, don't you got to make a team or something like that?
Right. Yeah, you gotta make stuff.
Gina Kim said, I'm afraid these preseason games are foreshadowing the future of what will look like when Kid doesn't coach right. Knight said, first game of the season is against Wemby, so you have to start Lively. Luka and Kyrie are obviously starters. Grant is as well, but I think Kid will rotate Green. Who would be your rotation piece? Green? Knight? If not Green, I have no clue. If Green doesn't start, who starts? Who starts, TGK?
Man, don't make me say TSJ.
That's all you can say. Because Omac's not starting.
Yeah.
Dark Jones Jr., you gonna throw him at 3?
Yeah, I would, actually.
I'm scared. I'm scared of his shots. That's all I'm saying. Like, he got to make shots.
Yeah, he's got to make shots. Trying to think. Oh, that sucks. Like you don't have a bona fide 3 that you could throw in there right off the bat.
We don't really have a 3 at all.
Yeah.
Richard says Denny and Jovic solves a lot. Just speaking into existence. I feel you,
yeah.
Richard.
I think they do.
Yeah, they do. Gina Kim said, I've seen other coaches this preseason care more than Kid. These other teams were playing like it was regular season. Maybe this proves a Kid shouldn't be a head coach or a coach in general. I mean, I'm not saying it. Y'all said it.
Yeah.
Gina Kim says, thoughts on the Wemby and Chet matchup. How do you think Lively will look against them both? Whoever his ups and his downs. They're going to score, though.
Yeah. Well, Wemby gave it to Chet. Give him that.
I mean, Chet was giving it back to him, too, though, Pause. I mean, Chet was out there. Chet had 21, didn't he? Wemby had 20, I think, and Chet had 21. Like, Chet, don't disrespect Chet like that. Gina Kim said,
if you just watch highlights,
I know highlights is just
side,
Wemby putting buckets, but Chet was out there doing his thing too. It was a matchup. It was actually a matchup. Like, it was good. Gina Kim said, going against Powell was like starting a war. We just go back and forth. I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall with them, but with y'all, we understand that it's not us, but the powwows. Hey, man, you gotta stop. Frank said, your Euro take is right, but the thing is, you never know exactly who's NBA talent and who isn't. You're right, Frank. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. But I'm just saying that the Mavs should know that. The Mavs GM.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why didn't you, if there was better talent, remember last year we cried about Dwight Howard? Why didn't we go overseas and grab Dwight Howard? If there's better talent sitting there, why are they available?
Yep.
Almighty said that could never be the Knicks losing to an overseas. Don't say that, Almighty, man.
Never be the Knicks winning a championship either.
Sheesh, I didn't say that, Almighty. That was that guy right there. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
He throwing them.
I threw them.
And he played right. There you go. Let's see, where was trying to hurt me rushing on TGK. Gina Kim said, I like DJJ, but with most of these guys, it's just a matter of how they will look with Luka and Kai. I agree. She said, I trust Lawson with threes, but he won't play much. Thoughts on Keith? Do y'all think he'll be playing? He has good moments too. I want Lawson to play more. We talking about needing a 3. We need to put Lawson in actually play Lawson.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd rather run Lawson than even dare look at Keith. I think Keith's more like an emergency guy.
Yeah.
I don't see him having a role in the team.
I hope he doesn't have a role. How would I say that?
Yeah.
It's not even that I just hope he doesn't.
That's also how I feel too. Like, I hope he doesn't.
Richie says you're looking at a team built wrong. Look at 3 guards, 1 forward, 1 center. It makes more sense. I don't agree, but does make sense. Yeah, that's the way they want to play. That's why they ain't getting rebounds, I guess. Gina Kim said, I heard a take that defense doesn't win championships. Shout out to Kevin Durant. If the Mavs had more defense than offense, we're definitely winning or getting far. I agree. Richard says, kids got to go for some 2s. Gina Kim says, Sky and Luka can play together, but unfortunately, we don't have a coach that knows how to come up with effective plays. Tell them, say it again. Throw in the back. No one died, though. Gene also says, other than Grant, who else was our best pickup this offseason? Excellent.
Yeah. And Lively.
Yeah, unless you want to count the rookies.
Yeah.
Frank says, if we want that third star, it's either going to be Jeremy Grant and company or Paul George and company. take Paul George, man, and get off the money quicker. Like, I think Paul George will fit right now and be perfect. But that's if we could possibly get him.
Yeah, I mean, you think the Clippers will take a first for Paul George?
I don't know if they're at that point yet where they'll just take one.
Because they're about to unveil a new stadium. Like, they need players.
Yeah.
So
but if they don't, if the Clippers aren't that good this year,
so they got to come out bad for us to even consider possibly getting Paul George.
Yes, it would be a middle of the season thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can get him off top right now with what we have, unless we're willing to give up both of our young guys.
Oh.
They probably give it to us with both of them. I consider it too, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I consider it for like I'm ready to win a championship. We either got to go one way or the other. You feel me? Like we're either going to go for the future, or we're going to play now for the championships with our team that we got now. So if I'm trying to go win a chip right now, it's kind of like what LA did. Like you don't want to give up as much as LA did to get a guy that you can't. But we're getting a third guy. You feel what I'm saying? So we already have our 1 and 2 already. So I'm with it.
Yeah,
but people gonna hate it, but I'm with it. Frank says if Mavs lose to San Antonio, then yeah, that issue's embarrassing. Okay. Gina Kim said, what if we look really good but still lose to San Antonio? And we probably didn't look too good, then Gina Kim. That's how I feel like.
It's gonna be rough.
I said the same thing. He said Spurs have beaten us without Wemby. Hey, said the same thing. Frank said it's a must win against every bottom feeder team with Luka and Kyle playing unless we have injuries. I agree, Frank.
Yep.
Gina Kim said they have a better coach though too, so that sucks. True.
That's another layer.
Shaw says the worst that can happen is they turn into prime Spurs against us, and we'll have to overreact. Bay says, "What's up, guys? D Live is going to finish top 3 greatest center of Mavs all time." I agree. It's a great accomplishment, but it ain't that hard to achieve. Richard says, "Now Wiz box score. Look at that real quick, TGK. I finished the rest of it, if you could. Right. The Wizards." Chisha says, "Hey, Powell got a triple double today. 10 community hours, 10 kids mentored, and 10 schools visited today. Just FYI, Powell for president. He should run for president. He probably went." Frank said, "My thing is some of these Euro teams aren't scrubs. In my opinion, they're definitely better than the G League and can compete some NBA team, not all of them." Frank, I agree. I'm not saying they're scrubs. I'm saying the way the NBA is presented is the best players in the world. Why aren't they getting more Euro players in is what I'm saying. Like you should they're being, what is the word I'm looking for? They're being overboard. This is what I'm looking for, not narcissistic. Thinking that they're not humble. They need to humble themselves, I should say, to think that they have the best players in the world to be like, well, all these European teams can beat us. And all. Like what I'm basically saying is the European game is really catching up to us then. So they need to just admit that then and just change how it is. Or if we're still the best league in the world, then go get the other guys or have the best players. Like I just want one or the other. That's all I'm saying, Frank. I'm not going against a European team. They probably are better than some of the G League teams. That means the GMs aren't doing their jobs is what I'm saying.
Right. I got the score for Washington.
Go ahead.
So they took on the Taipans. The score was Washington Wizards 145 to the 82 against the Taipans, something like that. 145 to 82. But again, these teams are not Real Madrid, man, and I get it, but also.
You try to make it feel good, TGK. I understand, man. Like, oh man,
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
They're not Real Madrid. They aren't Real Madrid. You're right, but still, we shouldn't have given him 65 in the first half. Richard says the best news been after he leaves the teams are good. Just saying is everywhere a kid has. Yeah, I feel you. Riv says, shout out to Rel, TGK, and the other Rangers fans in here, but let's be honest, the Astros might dog the Rangers like the 49ers and the Cowboys. Them boys about to get busy, LOL. I ain't saying nothing, Riv. I just said they better beat the Astros. All they talked after this game today. They better beat them because I don't want to see all these sad faces when I bring it back up.
Hey, look, man, we in the ALCS.
You are. Enjoy it right now. Right now, you are.
I was one of the rare Ranger fans that started the season. I was like, we're making the playoffs. And we did. And now we're here, and I'm just enjoying that we got this far, man.
I'm going to read
we're ahead of schedule.
I'm gonna read these last two. TGK. Gina Kim said, "What would it take for the Mavs to be good? I like our players because it's better than last year, but we can't figure out a solid lineup. But we don't know who's our third option, and we need more 3-and-D guys." I don't know, Gina Kim. I don't know. And the last one says Carnes Tapens is an Australian NBL team. Gotcha. So, okay, Jennifer got one in there. At least we didn't go out bad like the Suns did, but it's still disappointing. I'm really afraid of how Kid will be since we knew his record. He should have been fired last year. Yeah, yeah, without them, he's saying without them. And yeah, I'm not even gonna talk about the Suns now. I don't even want to talk trash. I don't feel racist.
We lost that talking point.
I don't even talk trash anymore. But thank you guys so much for joining us today. Appreciate you. It was a good one. As always, we still got the 2 hours, man. I didn't think we was gonna get that far. But for everybody, I should let you know this. If you please, and you aren't already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It should be beside TGK on his left side, on the right side of your screen, somewhere down there on the right. Usually I'm pointing, but I'm somewhere over there. If you could. And also, please give us a like, guys. If everybody that was in here, if you could take 1 second and please give us a like. It helps the other algorithm out so more Mavs fans could watch this like yourself. What else am I got? I have to say, join button should be on everybody's screen now. I think they put it on every YouTube update now. If you want to join the Glow Yard gang, you can do that. Click the join button. We have members only shows on Fridays. Larry, who was saying some wild stuff today, he definitely a member of Fridays. He's one of the best parts of Fridays, and some other guys as well. We have a great time talking on Fridays, y'all. It's more like barbershop talk. We just go in there and just talk trash. But definitely hit the join button if you want to join that. Check out our merch. It should be in the description tab. I think Rel says all the time. Also on our Twitter page. We have all of our, I think, socials in the description bar as well. Should be everything included. I don't know if Rel included you today, TGK, but TGK has his on his screen. I think that's basically his for almost everything that he's a part of, at the Garcia Kid _. And TGK, you want to share anything else, bro? Let them know what you're doing.
Nah, man. Just be doing pregame shows for the Dallas Mavericks going into the new season. I'll sometimes do one-off videos, like actual edit videos and not live streams if I have like a real point I try to get across. I'll try to go to some games this year, like a vlog type of deal where I'll do a pregame earlier and then go to the game, vlog it, and drop that video the next day. But I'll try to bring as much Mavs content to everybody. So if y'all like that and y'all like random content as well as not Mavs related, I do that as well. So that's what I got, man.
Hey, appreciate you, TGK, as always. Share, and more share, guys. We're on our way to our third goal of 2K subscribers. We're on our way there. We're close to 17 right now, so we're getting there. Other than that, I think that might be it. Am I forgetting anything else? Thank everybody in the Glow Yard.
Make sure you leave a like if you're still here. Drop a like on the video. It goes a long way. Helps the algorithm, all that good stuff.
And make sure that you check out TGK's channel, y'all. Excellent content, real talk. If you do, you already know. And if you don't, you're missing out. But with that being said, it is King. Got the homie TGK on the show with me. Shout out to Rel, still enjoying the vacay with him and his lady. He should be back. When is the next week? Friday. We'll be back Friday for the Glow Yard members. Other than that, we'll see y'all on the Pistons game, I think. I think we're going to be taking a break into the Pistons game.
October 20th.
Sure. But check us out on our socials and all. We'll let you guys know. But other than that, thank y'all guys so much. And, enjoy the rest of y'all night. Go, man. Oh, and go O's.